Good evening, Rope Breakers. What is going on? We are here live on Rope Break Wrestling's YouTube channel. We are here on our fifth installment of our React pay-per-view series. This is React Tables, Ladders, Chairs, and Stairs. I'm your host, Alec. I feel so good to be back in the hosting seat. I did miss React after Raw this Monday, but I am back now. We have a big show lined up. There's a lot to talk about from this pay-per-view. The rumors were out today that WWE is going to try and outdo NXT TakeOver Our Evolution, and it's looking like that wasn't the case. But let me introduce to you the panel for tonight. Rope Break writer Mitchell Jones. What's going on, brother?
Not a lot. It's, still trying to recover from that. That was a lot to absorb. But thanks for having me on the show. It's an honor to be here.
Absolutely, always a pleasure to have you on the panel. Even though this is your first time on the panel, but you were on the Sharpshoot this past week. But we finally got you on an episode of React. Hope to have you on here more. But
Yes,
Matt will be joining us a little later in the show. He will be fashionably late, like he always is, give or take. That's who Matt is. But we're going to talk about the pay-per-view. We're going to talk about the Golden Ropes, let you know how you guys can get in on that and vote on that, and vote for this show to win Podcast of the Year. So let's jump right in now to TLC. We're going to just briefly talk about that pre-show match between the New Day and the Dust Brothers. I don't know if you watch it. I don't know how many people do watch the kickoff show. Uh, Basically because the matches always aren't that great. But the New Day did come out to a decent pop, which they were in a good city for it. The past few weeks when they've been in cities, they haven't gotten a good pop. They haven't gotten a good reaction because they've been in shitty cities. Like a couple weeks ago, they were in like Tulsa, and it didn't work out. And the match started off a little sloppy. Kofi didn't look good. He was slipping around. I don't know. Maybe something was wrong there, but he did pick it back up. One thing I will mention is that Big E looks like he's starting to improve a little bit in the ring. He looked a little smoother in there. Kind of got he got his moves in there well. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'm kind of a fan of Big E. I'd like to see him do more than he's used to. And one thing that I liked in this match, was that they use the double moves really well. Not a lot of tag teams really they do that, but it's only on the transition tags. These guys will do it when they're not really tagging. Here's the thing that I want to point out during that match. JBL kept going on about nobody who's this happy. It's not real. They got to be faking it. And for some reason, I do think they are. I think they're putting off this inspirational, inspiring persona, and it's really, maybe there's something deeper behind it, which we will see in the coming weeks. So, Mitchell, I want to ask you, do you think there's a hidden motivation behind the New Day? You know, After seeing them debuting, and what they've been doing so far, and what we saw in the vignettes, do you think that there's a hidden motivation here?
I wouldn't see how there isn't, because, like you just pointed out, and I didn't get to watch the pre-show, so I didn't know JBL said that, but it does kind of make sense with him saying that, and who knows, maybe him saying that could be the seed planted for further development on their maybe a heel turn. That's what I was hoping they would come out to or for anyway. I didn't want to see them as a super happy-go-lucky baby face, because that's what they've been individually. Now there's just a stable of happy-go-lucky performers. It doesn't work. So a heel turn for them would be very welcomed in my book.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You do make a good point there. They're just a team of happy-go-lucky baby faces, and it's good. It's good for the kids, but it may not reflect well on the older demographic. I do kind of wish they kind of kept that old gimmick they started. Where they came out in the dress clothes and Xavier was cutting the promos. That was cool. I was like, okay, so this is what we're gonna get with these guys. It's gonna be really awesome. And we didn't get that. I think that let a lot of the fans down. And hopefully, we do see that in the coming months. Austin Brandwing in here saying something isn't right. They started out something different a while back, and then they come out with this something doesn't add up. Austin, I absolutely agree with you there. Something's not adding up. We don't know a whole hell of a lot about the New Day right now, so hopefully we see some more from these guys. Maybe see some promos. Just something. Give us something. I mean, come on. I don't want to see these guys dancing and doing whatever else for the next 6 months. We
God,
need some
no.
character development soon. But after that, the pay-per-view kicks off. Kicks off with a big match: Dolph Ziggler versus Luke Harper for the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match. Dolph Ziggler, of course, gets the big hometown pop. If you guys don't know by now, Dolph Ziggler is from Cleveland, even though they bill him from Hollywood, Florida. But when they are in Cleveland, they do bill him from Cleveland. Uh, I was overall happy with this match. I know Matt wasn't as happy with this match. You didn't think it was anything special, and I can't really blame him. It was a ladder match. It was good, but it wasn't great. The thing I really liked in this match was Luke Harper's in-ring psychology and his match psychology. The way he really played on things, like just a little nuance he did, just like stopping and staring and just really doing the whole thing with his hands. Like it just really helped elevate this match. It really helped bring this match to life and bring his character to life. I think he's doing a good job of that. Um, there was one point I noticed where the camera got a little wonky on that big boot, and that first angle they showed it that the foot didn't connect with the face. So I did I did notice that. I had to point that out. But there were a lot of good spots in this match. There was that nice corner ladder spot where Dolph takes that ladder to the head, and then the one that really shocked me was Harper takes that ladder shot to the head, and then rebounds off that ladder, and his arm gets caught. And the commentators are going, "Oh, he broke his arm! He broke his arm!" And I really thought he was gonna break his arm. He almost broke his arm. I really thought that could have happened because that was brutal. I was shocked. I was like, "Oh no, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there." And then Dolph bleeds, which I was happy about. No, I don't want the guy to bleed, but the element of blood adds to a match. No matter what WWE's safety policies are, it adds to a match, especially a ladder match. Something as violent as a ladder match, it adds an element of realness to it. Uh, so Mitchell, I do want to get your thoughts. You're watching this match. What are your thoughts so far? As you get to this point.
To reiterate what you said on the that suicide dive onto the ladder. Good God, man, that was brutal. Just the way the sound that was made when he landed. I was like, that's got to be his arm broken. Got to be, and I guess it wasn't, or if it was, he played it off very nicely. But I on the blood subject, I messaged you guys over it, and I was, because I was. It seems to me like they're slowly, kind of subtly adding it back in with Randy Orton at, I believe it was Money in the Bank, because he was bleeding fairly well. They didn't really stop Kevin Owens that terribly last night. It just seems like it's not, good God, Ric Flair blading by any means, but it just seems to me like they're kind of slowly adding it back in, which is good. It's good. Like you said, in a match that violent, it needs to happen. It should have happened with Ambrose getting curb stomped through the cinder blocks. If they wanted to do it, they wanted a good way to reintroduce it. That was the perfect moment. Perfect. How do you? That's unrealistic. Let me kick this guy, his face, into cinder blocks, but he doesn't bleed. Okay, no, he should have bled. Then, I've been against the no blood policy ever since I found out that it happened, which seems like forever ago now. But yeah, I'm it didn't seem like they put too much focus on the referee trying to stop the match and attend to him and all of that. So
Right.
And the match was, I personally, looking back, it was definitely the match of the night, even better than Ambrose and Wyatt, I believe. But
And it looks like Matt has joined. Sorry to interrupt, but Matt has joined this video call. He is sideways. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but Matt, welcome to React here. All right, Matt has fixed it. Mitchell, I'll let you continue.
I was nearing the end. It's all good. Well, very well done match. Definitely match of the night. Fantastic opener. Really got my hopes up high with that match, and it was a great match.
All right, so Matt is just joining us here on React. Matt, welcome to the show. We already talked about that pre-show match with the New Day. We are currently talking about Dolph Ziggler versus Luke Harper ladder match. So, you know, I do want to get your thoughts because I know you were upset at the quality of this match, and I know you're a stickler for this, and you know we all kind of are sticklers for this because we all do want a good product. So Matt, I'm going to give you the floor and let you shoot on this ladder match.
Awesome. First and foremost, I just want to say I'm glad to hear, Mitch, that your cat agrees. It's not that I hated this ladder match. I didn't think it was bad, but I do feel like, you know, with Ziggler, you know, really promoting it on Twitter, saying it's going to be historic, it's going to be, you know, it's going to go down in history, and you know nobody's going to be able to follow it. You know, I'm going in expecting this all-out match that's really have spots. You know, so it wasn't about ladder match. I just think it lived up to his hype. You know, maybe that's just because I over anticipated it. I thought it was going to be way better. I did feel like some of the spots were you know, I just feel like they weren't. I feel like there were some of the spots they were a little bit afraid to do. Like Ziggler going over the ropes too many times. I think instead of like landing on the ropes, he kind of landed next to the ropes.
Yep.
You know, and I felt like the biggest spot of that match was the Luke Harper spot where he got his arm stuck in the thing, and that was accidental. He wasn't supposed to, like, I thought he broke his fucking arm. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah, we did too.
And, you know, like I said, I didn't think it was a terrible match at all. I just felt like, you know, with him hyping it up as being historic, it's going to break the records. You know, and thinking of all the great ladder matches out there, I just don't feel like it lived up to those, lived up to his hype. You know, I felt like that kind of disappointed me. But at the end of the day, and another thing I want to add before I finish up, I felt like the super kick at the end was kind of an odd finish. I thought that it really, he kind of just kicked him in the head. You know, he did a hell of a lot worse to him, and Harper still got up, but he super kicks him, and apparently Harper's now dead.
Yeah, he never did the zigzag once.
Yeah, and that was another thing that got me. That didn't make any sense either. I completely agree. That was weird. The finish, maybe he should have. They had the two ladders. Maybe he should have done the zigzag off of the one ladder, and then got back up and climbed it, and then got the briefcase instead of doing like a little kick and then
Money in the bank.
Wait, what?
You said briefcase.
Wait, did I?
Yeah.
I meant the title. I'm getting away.
I'm a long ways away.
I went back in time. I'm still salty about him cashing it in and then them fucking that up. That's what it's all about. I'm still salty about that. I didn't even realize I said briefcase. That's how worked up I am about this goddamn match. You know, go up and get the title. But that kind of super kick off the ladder, I don't know, it just felt kind of weird to me. And I don't know, I felt like JBL kind of buried the title a little bit in the middle. They promoted the hell of it after, but during the match he goes, all of this for the Intercontinental Championship, and I'm kind of like, that made it, to me anyway, I took it as, that kind of made it seem like they didn't, like this title normally isn't worth this much effort. So I don't know, I was kind of like, I thought that was kind of stupid that he would say that.
Well, he's fucking JBL. I hate everything he says. Big win! Flying goat! Maggle. That's the only good thing you say is Maggle. Everything else sound like fucking diarrhea of the mouth.
Oh, you don't forget about Big Red.
Oh Jesus! I posted a thing on Facebook. It's fucking orange.
Yeah, I saw that. And don't forget, he is a mastermind behind Rybaxel.
We're just
Oh yes, he is.
we're not even gonna go there, but
Moving
I would
on.
say that my favorite spot was that ladder to ladder. I think that was a good spot. I do think they should have capped that off with a zigzag before Dolph got the title to make it more of a dramatic win. But like you said, they just did the super kick and it was over. So not really match of the night for me, but it was an okay ladder match from that standpoint.
Nothing
After that.
followed it.
After that, we've got the Usos versus The Miz and Mizdow for the Tag Team Championships. Earlier in the night on the kickoff show, we had the Miz being sleazy towards Naomi. I talked to my agent. The whole whatever the fuck this storyline is now, I don't even know. But match wasn't really anything special. I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, we've seen better tag matches. There was a sure as hell better tag match. Two better tag matches on Thursday at NXT Takeover. I know that's kind of the measuring stick now, but it wasn't anything special. And to be honest, I didn't like the finish at all. I thought, I mean, I understand that Miz is a heel, but the finish it felt cheap. It just kind of left it open ended. It didn't really do anything for the match. I don't know. I didn't like the finish. The match wasn't all that special. The Usos didn't really do anything. They're usually all over the place and Uso crazy and everything else. But to me, it wasn't anything special. So Mitchell, did you think it was a good match? Was it your thoughts about the finish? I'll let you go.
First off, the stunt slammy was the highlight of my night. Stunt slammy takes the cake by far. I think his shenanigans or the way that this storyline is going, I think it's really taking away from the actual match. As much as I love them, I think they're taking away from the overall match because Miz isn't that great of a worker. He can't do all of that by himself and the match be what it could be. And there's not any hot tags because they have to tease the tension between the two. So Miz does all the in-ring work, and it's pretty much a handicap match with Mizdow just doing his little shenanigans and whatnot. So, and as far as the finish goes, no, I didn't like it myself. It was very much too open-ended. Didn't enjoy it. So yeah, not that great.
All right, Matt, you wanna add anything? You wanna counter?
Of course I want to add. It's me. Are you shitting me?
It's Matt.
You got stuff to say. Come on.
15 minutes.
Yeah. I promise it's only going to be a couple minutes long as the collective bullshit chants ring around the world. I definitely didn't think that it was that great of a match. Kind of lackluster for me. I'm a huge fan of the whole Mizdow angle as well. I really enjoyed it. I think it is funny. But here's the thing. I do feel like it's starting to get to the point where it's starting to be pushed on the fans. They're starting to do things more deliberately instead of letting it be more natural. They're really putting the cameras on Mizdow now. He's really looking to the crowd to get that reaction. It's not as fluid, not as natural as it was when it first started, and that's kind of ruining it for me. Like Mitch was saying, the match itself was pretty much a handicap match as they always go. I do agree. I love the mini slammy that he brought out, the stunt slammy. I thought that was perfect. When he won the Slammy, I was hoping that Mizdow would come out with that. I'm just getting to the point where it's getting very redundant. I'm getting a little bit tired of seeing Mizdow. I think it needs to come to a head really soon. We're not even seeing anything being built. I want to see a little bit of frustration out of Mizdow. I'm not saying they have to break up right this second, but I want to see a little bit more frustration that, like, I wish tonight he would have, like, asked him, why did you, like, you pulled me in front of him, what the heck? And then continued on with their bit. That way kind of setting up the storyline like, okay, they're going to be breaking up soon, because obviously they're not going to be, they weren't put together for that purpose. I think they're trying to put Sandow over again, because he's hot. So while he's hot, this is your opportunity to really, break him out as a solo competitor, to have that rivalry with The Miz, and then go on, doing what you got to do. I don't know. I think it's getting to that time. It's coming to a head. Hopefully, they do something soon, and then. But knowing the WWE, they'll probably drag it out because they're probably making money on it, and they can't ever fucking do anything right. So they'll drag it out until we get tired of it. Mizdow or Sandow won't be. Then they'll make him a solo competitor, and they're like, I don't understand why it's not working.
He doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have it. But Matt, you do make a very good point that it is it is becoming redundant. They are focusing on Mizdow a little too much, and they do need to start teasing some tension between these two. Like, yeah, it was great, but now because Mizdow's over, he needs to start being more aggressive towards Miz. Like, I'm the star now. I'm the guy. I'm the tag team champions. That whole bullshit. You're the stunt double. Like, that needs to start being teased. What I wanted to really see in this match was Mizdow get the pin, and then Mizdow grabs the actual titles and the actual Slammy, and kind of leaves Miz in the ring. Like, what's going on here? That, I think, would have been a better finish, for me anyway. I don't know about you guys, but I think that would have been a better finish overall. After that, we have a Seth Rollins promo backstage. To me, I think this is one of the best promos he's done. I think, he's never really cut a bad promo, but he just continues to get better, and this was no different. Calling out, saying the authorities should be here, but instead they're at home, watching on the network. Gotta plug the network, because they don't plug it anymore. They plug the fucking app now for whatever reason. The WWE app has to be plugged again. I don't know why, but they do that, and then he basically says, I'm gonna take out John Cena. It was overall a good promo. Matt, I know you're a stickler for promos. You're kind of you hold those in a high regard because they do add to the character and the character development. So your thoughts on Rollins' promo?
I loved it. I thought he was very effective at getting things over. Calling, like you said, mentioning the authority, keeping them kind of fresh in our minds. He did a great job, at also keeping on track and calling out Cena and building that match. He did two separate things. He built the match that was about to happen, and then he also built a future storyline. Obviously, keeping the authority in our minds. I'm gonna take out Cena, and I'm gonna I don't remember exactly what he said, but beat him until he decides to bring back the authority.
Yep.
So I really enjoyed his promo. It was very believable. I like that he has the two goons behind him, Mercury and Noble. I think they just add to his character. I'm really excited to see how much, because you're right. I mean, he's been only getting better. So I'm really excited to see where he goes in the future of this company.
I absolutely agree. Mitchell, you got anything you want to add to what Matt had to say?
No, I think Matt did a pretty good job of covering it all. He summed that up fairly quickly and straight to the point. I completely agree. Go Rollins.
That's what Matt tends to do around here. He tends to do that on Before the Bell as well, which is a show you can catch every Friday at noon, give or take. It's always on. It's a great show. You should go listen to it. It doesn't get the support it deserves. You can always go to the Golden Ropes Award voting page, which we will talk to you about towards the end of the show you guys how you can do that, and vote for that to win Podcast of the Year. or you can vote for my show. It does, it does really matter. At the end of the day, it's all in good fun. But after that, we have Rowan versus Big Show, and in a stairs match. And yeah, my
And moving on.
yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it here. It was. I feel so bad for Rowan because I feel like he has so much more to offer, and he gets stuck in a fucking stairs match with Big Show, and it pissed me off because they're like, oh, this is the historic. It's the first ever stairs match. No, it's fucking not. It's a no DQ match that they're just happening to use fucking stairs in. Like, it's not historic. Historic is like a new fucking chamber structure with like 20 pods. It's like a 20-man battle royal for a fucking title. That's historic. Not a fucking no DQ match with stairs. That's not historic at all. I don't care. It's not historic. It was stupid. The crowd was chanting fucking boring. I was chanting right along with them. Oh my god. You guys want to add anything, or should we just move on from here?
Just move on.
We're moving on.
Unless Matt has something to say.
I was gonna say I was gonna say something, but
Go for it.
Whoa.
He's freezing.
All right.
Okay. No. I feel like I don't know. I just. You're right. It's a fucking stupid match. I half expected Rowan to stop halfway through the match and start doing a fucking Rubik's cube. I mean, like his character. Like, you're right. I feel like, hit that spin kick he does is awesome for a guy his size. You're right. I feel like he has so much more to offer. I just got one question to you, Alec. Were you marking out when to his theme song? I know you love that theme song.
Who's Rowan's?
Yeah.
I think it's an alright theme. I don't see what people see wrong with it.
I don't fucking like it. I just don't think it fits him.
I think it makes sense just because of where it kind of fits in the Bray Wyatt realm of theme songs, I guess. I think it works, but I do understand what you're talking about.
I think in the scheme of things, though, I think because his character is so fucking weird, it doesn't his attire doesn't fit his gimmick, which also doesn't fit his theme. None of those three things fit. His theme song, his attire, and his gimmick. None of them match. They're all three different things, so it's fucking confusing. And then they call him Big Red, which just adds to the pot. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing to this guy? And then you throw him in a match with Big Show. It tells me, like, who gives a shit about Rowan now? Let's just throw him in the match with Big Slow.
Yeah, I don't like the Big Red nickname. It's cheap. It's stupid. It's just another way for WWE to trademark something to try and sell it as merchandise. I don't like it at all.
Thanks, JBL.
Yeah. Thanks, JBL, for another shitty nickname. And the Flying Goat is Big Red. Shut up. Austin Brand's weighing in here, saying Rowan controlled that match. Yeah, he definitely did. And then mentioning the anatomy of the stairs, 2,200 pounds of pressure, my ass. They said these stairs are like 275 pounds. I think they said these stairs were overall. But John Cena makes them look like they're 1,000 pounds every time he fucking lifts them up.
So JBL,
these stairs, Super Cena.
JBL's like, they're like, can you move that? JBL's like, I can't move one of those stairs. And they're like, get Big Show to do it. I'm like, you fucking have lifted stairs thousands of times in your career. Why all of a sudden you can't pick it up? Are these specially made stairs?
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't know. But now we can finally move on from the stairs match, and they announced that John Cena versus Seth Rollins is going to be next, which I thought was a surprising move to not have John Cena main event the pay-per-view, which is a rare occasion in WWE, and it started off pretty decent, and the one thing I do want to point out is the crowd was chanting for Rollins. after a certain point in the match, the crowd started chanting for Rollins. There was a "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chant, and then eventually the crowd turned and started chanting "Let's go Rollins." So now you have your biggest, heel in your company besides Brock Lesnar, who's not even there, uh, and he's getting a babyface reaction. It it's not good. It doesn't reflect well, especially when you put him in a match against a guy like John Cena who isn't, liked by a lot of people except 5-year-olds. Some decent stuff in this match. There was the double AA to the Stooges into that table, and then I do like the spot where they did that double table break where they both went through it, so they could kind of argue like, oh, what's going to happen here. I thought that was a good idea. Really helped the match. It really, almost added an element of uncertainty to it until the Big Slow comes out, waltzing down to the ring, and then the Kids Bop, music hits, as Aussie would like to say. The Kids Bop version of the Shield theme song hits, and Roman Reigns makes his long-awaited return to the WWE, even though we've seen him live via satellite at least once a month since he's been out. But he makes his return and takes out Big Show quickly with a spear through the table, and then decides to Superman punch Rollins, reigniting that feud, and then Cena picks up the victory to retain the #1 contendership for Brock Lesnar's WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, overall, I thought this wasn't, it was, at that point in the night, it was the best match of the night. It definitely did a good job. Reigns makes his return, and, he wants to make an impact. But, we'll see what happens. So, Matt, I want to get your thoughts on this match and Roman Reigns' return.
I agree with you. I think the match overall wasn't that bad. I thought it was a pretty solid match. I thought the win so convincingly. I kind of feel like after them falling through the double table, I kind of feel like the first triple team with Cena going through the table was unnecessary. I don't know, that just didn't make sense to me. Didn't add anything to the match. It just makes Rollins look even weaker, I felt like, because he needs his goons to help him, and I know that's kind of what they're going for, being a heel. But I think this is the opportunity when you have a guy like this that you need to be building strong. I think building him like a coward heel, I mean, this is the guy you should be building towards WrestleMania 31, not Roman Reigns. I thought Big Show interfering in the match made no fucking sense. Why is he getting involved in this match? If they're building towards a Cena Big Show feud, I'm gonna explode. My head's gonna fall right off.
Yeah, you and me both. Well, they're not. They're gonna be building towards Brock Lesnar and Cena. But I mean, what's Cena gonna do for the next 6 weeks? So yeah, I could see that happening.
It's just stupid. I don't want to. And then they're gonna constantly say, I can't believe he picked the Big Show. That's 500 pounds. Actually, no, he lost weight. He's like 470 now, and he's lifted him up like thousands of times. Why is it now? Why is it every time a surprise? It's just ridiculous. So that was stupid to me. I didn't like that Big Show interfered. And then Roman Reigns returned. I don't know. I didn't pop for it. His theme, honestly, the theme didn't get me excited. The theme was just kind of like, oh, Roman Reigns. There's nothing that says, holy shit, it's Roman Reigns. Like, there's no glass shattering. There's no, if you smell, nothing. There's no pop in it that makes you want to jump out of your seat.
Right,
and it's just kind of lame.
Theme music. It's got that guitar in the beginning. You know it's going to be
right. Right, exactly. There's nothing. Just dan it, and I'm like, oh my god, the Shield. And then Roman Reigns comes down with a fucking ugly ass vest and even worse pants. Holy shit, straight out of the Jeff Hardy collection. Holy Christ, those things are terrible. Here's the problem. I don't know if you noticed, but neither his vest or pants even match.
No, they don't.
They were like, I didn't understand. The only thing the pants were missing were like bedazzling. Like they should have fucking put like fake jewels all over. That's the only thing it was missing. Oh my god, they were terrible. They looked so horrible. I can't even like. Oh my God! If I had a whole hour, I could probably talk about how much I hated those pants.
Well, you
Even
do
posted
have a
on,
whole hour on Before the Bell on Fridays.
I don't think anybody would appreciate that show. They'd be like, "Fuck Before the Bell." All he's talking about is pants. Um, and I don't know. I just thought it was stupid. And then uh, I even posted on Facebook that ruined his return for me. Those damn pants. In actuality, it was the lackluster theme song. He like fucking had like a I don't know what the hell he did, like a seizure in the ring, like he was like I don't even know. I don't know what the hell he was doing. It was so weird. And then he does the Superman punch, and everybody he's hit with that falls down. He does it to the Big Show, and Big Show doesn't really fall down. Then he spears him into the table, which I'm like, all right, cool spot. Kind of fucked to blame Big Show for that, not Roman Reigns. Big Show kind of effed that spot up. But then again, it is Big Show, so he always does that. Like not rolling away fast enough when Rowan was coming down with the stairs, a slob. Oh my God. Hope he broke a rib, idiot. No, I don't really hope he broke a rib. That's mean. And then he Superman punches Rollins, and then hey through the table. LOL, Cena wins. I'm like,
Yes.
I'm like, oh boy. But I did like that it kind of builds a rivalry between Reigns and Rollins. But like
Right.
I said, Rollins needs to be the guy who's being pushed. I hope they build towards some sort of triple threat with Rollins involved. He needs to be involved in the main event. He cannot just be left out to dry. It's going to really screw him over. I don't even really want to see. Obviously, Brock Lesnar is the main champion right now, but I would love at the Rumble or somewhere having the Shield members be like the final three in the ring: Roman, Rollins, and Ambrose.
Oh,
I think that would be
that'd
cool.
huge.
I
People
think
would
that'd be an
pop for
awesome.
that too.
Yeah, that would be an awesome storyline. They need to do something with that because they're kind of losing it. They have a good opportunity for that, but trying to get back on topic. The match itself, I didn't think was too bad. There was some shortcomings. Big Show entering the match, couple small things, but overall, I thought it was a pretty solid match, pretty well done. And the outcome wasn't too terrible. It wasn't just Cena going over straight. They kind of worked it out better than I anticipated. So, with that being said, I did definitely enjoy the match.
All right, Mitchell, you have the floor now. You can give your thoughts on the match in Roman Reigns' return.
Well, I think everybody knows how I feel about Roman Reigns, and y'all certainly know how I feel about John Cena. I am by far no fan of him going over, especially guys that you're trying to build up. This happened with Bray Wyatt. What happened to Bray Wyatt? He had to go away for a few months and then come back, and Dean Ambrose is helping him kind of get reestablished now. So any time that Cena goes over somebody, it's just smells. I don't know, man. It bamboozles me. I had to whip out that word.
Bamboozle. There you go. That's always a good word to bring out.
I don't know, man. And as far as Roman Reigns goes, it was cool, kinda, but the
Not too
music,
much.
like honestly, I thought the Shield was coming down. I was like, awesome,
That's
Shield,
the problem
great.
with this guy. That's exactly the fucking problem with Roman Reigns. His fucking theme
Yep.
is still. We've talked about this for months on Rope Break.
Yep.
Since they broke up, this is all we have talked about. Since they broke up, this is all I've done. Is Roman Reigns needs a new theme. He needs new gear. He needs to establish himself as Roman Reigns. Whatever that he needs to establish himself as Roman Reigns, not still continue to be Roman Reigns of the Shield. That's what needs to happen here. And here's a question: what happens to Randy Orton? He had that huge, building up that huge feud with Rollins. He gets taken out. You know, we thought he was going to come back tonight. That's what was expected. He is expected to return later this month. But, you know, where does that leave Randy Orton? Because it's obvious that Reigns and Rollins are going to have a feud now. So, you know, do we see another Orton Big Show feud again? I mean, where does exactly Mitchell's reaction? Yes, you know, it makes you want to throw up in your mouth. But it is a good question. You know, where, because Triple H isn't there. I mean, I don't think, you know, he's going to go against Kane. I don't want to see him go against Kane or Big Show.
That's the rumors. That's the rumors, though. Is it Kane, Randy Orton?
Is that the live event? Kane, Randy Orton?
They're talking about. They're saying right now it's live events, but you know the WWE.
Yeah, it'll go on the TV.
They'll make this a fucking TV rivalry. Yeah, I'm not for the 1,000th time, and every time it's never been that great.
Jesus.
Nope.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed we get something better out of Randy Orton. I don't know. God damn. All right. But quickly want to jump here to our YouTubers watching. I always want to thank you guys for tuning in here and watching along with us. It's always great to have you here. Austin Brand's weighing in. Put yourself in that position that Roman Reigns was in. You know, he says, my emotions go high. He has been out for a while. He just wants to get back in the ring and spear Big Show through the table. You know, yeah, it's obviously a big moment for him. He's been out for so long. He's itching to get back in the ring. You know, hopefully we see some good stuff out of him in the coming months, you know, with the rumored Rumble win and subsequent title win. But after that, AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella. I don't know.
Complete silence.
Yeah, it's
just about like in the arena.
You do make a very good point, and AJ Lee does end up losing, and you know, we talked about this before. You know, the rumors have started up again that she is supposedly leaving WWE. She isn't booked for any dates past, you know, tonight's pay-per-view, and she did make an interesting promo on this Friday's SmackDown when she was on commentary. Not really a promo, I apologize. She was on commentary, and JBL said something to her. She said, you know, you're really gonna miss me when I'm gone. So, you know, is she really on her way out, or do you think WWE is playing on the rumors?
No, I can see her leaving. I can definitely see her going away. And if you notice at the end of the match, she was in actual tears. And you know, maybe that could be the emotions. I'm not trying to start any rumors. There's no facts behind this. So before
she did get sprayed in the face.
What's that? Well, yeah, but I mean, never like. You get sprayed in the face, yeah, it hurts, and you're like, oh, you're covering your face, but she didn't actually get sprayed in the face, but she was, like, legitimately, like, she looked like she was really upset, like, really crying.
I must have looked away. I'll have to go back and check that out
after. More emotional than painful, you know what I mean? You know, I'm not trying to start any rumors, so before any of the IWC jumps down
it's just speculation.
She's not leaving. You shut your mouth, man. You suck.
Yeah, before they start jumping down my throat like,
oh, these goddamn rumors.
These real breakers.
Well, here goes this stupid rumor again.
Like, really? Like, we're just
that one guy on our Facebook who said, fuck off with these shit rumors. That guy.
Yeah, relax, buddy. You're going to give yourself a hernia.
Just going to give yourself a hernia. But, Mitchell.
Yo.
You know, do you think this is a sign of, you know, AJ Lee leaving the company to go support her husband, you know, on his new career and try to find a new career for herself, or maybe start a family? I mean, you know, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, she certainly doesn't need the money anymore.
No, she doesn't.
Between her with WWE and Punk signing with UFC and leftovers from WWE, they're going to be well off for several years to come. But oh, I don't know. I'm going to be sad if she does go, because that leaves Paige as the one decent diva.
Paige, I give Naomi, Charlotte, Bayley.
Well, yeah, true.
I think the NXT divas really hold all the talent, really.
Well, it's definitely going to leave a hole in Divas division. I mean, as far as the main roster goes, there aren't really any more talented.
Yeah,
AJ is the most talented. They don't do anything decent with Paige. That's kind of where my stance goes. I hope that nobody from NXT gets called up, because then they're just going to fuck them up. Vince is going to put Kevin Owens, almost called him Kevin Steen. Kevin Owens in he's gonna be in like some kind of animal suit.
Just no. Don't even continue. We're done here. We're done here. You took it too far.
Yeah.
You brought up an animal suit. We're done. We're moving on to Roman Reigns' promo, his return promo.
Shit.
I thought this promo was, I thought it was going to be something good. I'm always pulling for this guy because I think he has a good amount of potential.
I agree.
He does have the look of a top guy. He just doesn't have the skill of a top guy. I thought it started off good because he interrupted, and then it just, like I said to you guys during the show, it it exploded in his face. It slowly went back to the old Roman Reigns promos, like, I'm here to make an impact. It went back to that old style, like, not that, something that he's been working on. It's just, come on, Roman. Like, give us something. Give us some hope. Show us that you really are the next guy, the next big thing in this company. Even though I believe, Seth Rollins really is the next big thing in this company. So, you guys were both upset about this promo. Both were disappointed in this promo. Matt, anything you want to add? I know you want to.
Oh, I definitely do. This promo, wow. Interesting promo to say the least. Shit. Yeah, he started off and I'm kind of like, all right, let's see where this goes, and then, holy shit, did it take a turn for the worst. Man, kept repeating, I'm going to make an impact. And, first and foremost, I think we're missing the underlying thing here. I think what he was trying to say, I think there was a little nuance that we missed. We could see Roman Reigns make a company jump soon.
Oh, Jesus.
And he'll be billed as Reigns Roman. It'll be Reigns Roman, and he'll tag team with the...
That'll be Joe Reigns.
Joe Reigns. But seriously, yeah, it was painful to watch. And then he obviously forgets his lines. I mean, he paused for a good minute and a half. Like he just
yeah.
Like a deer in the head, and I felt terrible for him because I'm like, oh shit, live TV, this is not good. I was like, oh dude, he's choking. He doesn't know what he's gonna say. But I give him credit for not panicking, pulling it together. But then he ended it with, he did end it with "Believe that," right?
He did end it with "Believe that." That's the catchphrase.
I'm oh no. But I gotta say, all things considered, at least he didn't say he was gonna make it rain in that bitch.
Very true. Very true.
That's the positive you can take out of it. I agree with you though. I feel bad for him because he definitely has a lot of potential. I think he could be something great, but give him a year. He's obviously not ready. Hopefully they wake up and say, this guy is not ready. If this guy becomes the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, I may just watch another company. I don't know.
You don't have to watch another company. You can watch NXT.
There you go. Yep. I'll just watch NXT, which is technically like another company.
Yeah, it's its own brand now, basically. Thursday night, it established itself as its own brand, and that's sad. Your company that was once your developmental territory has become more popular than your main roster.
Yep, and
that's sad.
You know what else is sad? Vince probably will argue it's because they have star power. It's got nothing. Well, you have all the top indie names.
Doesn't matter.
To be more popular. It's like, no, they're actually fucking good, and the storylines are built properly, and there's no fucking bunny.
Exactly. There's no bunny. So Mitchell, anything you want to add about Reigns' promo?
God. I can't really say anything because a few minutes ago, thank you, Matt, for saving me over the. I just did it again. The AJ bit, because I went completely blank, and thankfully Matt kind of filled in for me there. I don't know if that was intentional.
Mitch pulled a Roman Reigns.
I did. I pulled the Roman Reigns on this bitch. Jesus, I was like Alec said, I was like, oh, he interrupted. He's coming out strong, and then he just like Alec said, mushroom cloud, and it blew up, man. It was I'll give him credit because he did recover fairly fast, and otherwise, like me, Matt had to take over for me just then. I just shit. What do I do?
Yeah.
But I used to be hot on Roman Reigns. I really did. Back in when last Survivor Series, when he got all the eliminations and then the Royal Rumble, I was, yes, full on Roman Reigns. And then I don't know, just somewhere along the lines, they started booking him just like John Cena, and I'm already turned against him. So hopefully they won't put the jetpack on him, so to speak, for WrestleMania, and hopefully he won't win. I hope they let this happen organically so he can win back the people, because Matt's pointed it out. I think Alex pointed it out. Aussie, everybody here. He just, I don't know. I did it again. I did it again. Oh, damn it,
man. You know, the thing is, Roman Reigns, he has the jetpack on, but it just keeps stuttering. It's
exactly.
Like, you know, they just can't get it to take off. But just Delta to, I believe, is rope breaker Ryan Barilla weighing in saying Seth has the package. Yeah, Seth is a total package. He's ready to go. He could win the championship tomorrow, and I'd be happy with it because he'd do one hell of a job as a champion. He's ready. I don't know, you know, why WWE's waiting. He has the briefcase. You know, he's ready to go. I know Aussie put up a Fantasy Booking Friday scenario on RopeBreakWrestling.com. If you haven't seen that yet, go over to the website, check that out. The link for the website is in the description, so you can always check that out while you're listening to this. So he did have a good idea for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 31. Definitely looking forward to that, see what happens. After that, it is a chairs match between Ryback and Kane. This
is where I'm going to make my exit.
I think the crowd unanimously forget it, I can't say it. Forget it.
Everybody's pulling a Roman Reigns tonight.
Everybody's pulling a Roman Reigns tonight.
It's contagious.
Yeah, it's contagious. I can't say it tonight, but the crowd, you know, came together and basically said boring, and that was my thoughts. It was boring. The last fucking chairs match they had was boring, which I believe was last year's Royal Rumble. Big Show and Brock Lesnar was the stupidest fucking match I've ever watched. It was just 15 minutes of Brock hitting fucking Big Show with a chair. Like, what a waste of a couple $100,000. Like, Brock, we're gonna give you a nice paycheck. All you have to do is go out there and hit Big Show with a chair for 15 minutes. Okay, that's easy. Like, get rid of fucking chairs matches. I get it a TLC pay-per-view. Just make it like a no DQ or a street fight or a backstage brawl. Do something fucking interesting for once, Vince, instead of a fucking chairs match. Like, how cheap are you? Like, you can't, you know, spend, you know, you're there all day at the arena. Go backstage, set up a bunch of bullshit, and have them fight back there. Like, what is the point of a fucking chairs match? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It's stupid. Again, it's a no DQ match with chairs added into it, just like the fucking stairs match. It's stupid. It's pointless. It shouldn't happen again. Do you guys want to add anything, or should we move on here?
No,
I don't want to add anything to the match. I just want to give some advice to Mitch. Whenever you feel like you're about to pull a Roman Reigns and you're drawing a blank, just slowly slide out of your chair and walk away. That's what I do. No,
I got a better idea. Just say "believe that," and it'll come back to you.
It'll come back to you. Believe that. And every one of your conversations from here on in with "believe that."
All right.
Just like while you're at work and you're pulling stuff off the truck. Hey, did you get that pallet of toys off? Believe that.
Mitch, you're fired. Believe that.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to take my leave. Speaking of work, I've got it in the morning. So thanks for having me on the show. Sorry I believe that. Sorry I kind of choked on a few times, but again, I appreciate you having me on the show. It's been a blast.
All right, man. It was great to have you on the show. Can't wait to have you on the show next time. Everybody, that's Mitchell Jones. He writes for RopeBreakWrestling.com. Hop on the website. Go check out his articles. They are great. Mitch, you have a good night, man.
Believe that.
All right. It is just me and Matt here on the panel now as we're coming into the closing matches of TLC and S. That's another thing I have a fucking issue with. And stairs. I just want to choke somebody. Oh, man. Ryan Barillo weighing in here. Anyway, saying that he is Ryan Barillo, just Delta, and saying, anyways, they need to bring back tag team table matches or ladder matches for the titles. Yeah. Yeah, they need to do a whole hell of a lot of shit to improve their product. After that, we have the uneventful Rusev versus Swagger for the U.S. Championship, and it ended the same way it did last time. Swagger passed the fuck out. I didn't even, to be honest, I barely watched this match. I was like, what's going on here? What's going on in this fucking realm of the internet? What are the rope breakers saying? This match was just not good at all. It was, what was the point of this match? Like, well, we need a filler match. Hey, Rusev, you're gonna put your title on the line against, the only real American on the roster, fucking Jack Swagger. Great. And the rumors are, the speculation is that the European title might be making a comeback. Lana posted a picture of the European title on her Instagram this weekend and quickly deleted it. We do have that up on RopeBreakWrestling.com, so go over there. It's on the homepage. You can check that out. It'd be great to see that title make a comeback, especially with Rusev. And so people are going to say, well, Rusev is Russian. He's in Russia. He can't hold it. No, you're wrong. Rusev is from Bulgaria. Bulgaria is a part of Europe, so therefore he can technically hold the European title. He just hails from Mother Russia. So,
Alec dropping that knowledge.
I am dropping that knowledge on you, that geographical knowledge. Matt, you didn't like this match. I didn't like this match. Do you want to talk about this match, or should we move on to the main event here of TLC?
No, I don't want to talk about the match. I just want to point out, I do actually have an issue with them bringing back the European Championship. What? I know TLC or IWC is freaking exploding right now.
You're wrong. What? You're stupid.
Are you kidding me? Oh, you're an IWC smart.
You're fucking smart.
I don't mind them bringing it back. I mind them putting it on Rusev unless it's done properly, because I really feel like what's really putting him over is the fact that everybody hates him and he's got the U.S. Championship. I think that really adds heat to his character. Give him the European Championship really kind of takes that away. People are pissed, like, this guy hates America and he's the United States champion. It's bullshit. So I think that kind of would hurt it, but if they do it properly, it could work out. Like him throwing away the U.S. championship in favor of the U.S. title, or them slapping like a logo onto the U.S. title and calling it the European Championship because Europe is better or whatever the deal would be. I think that would be a hell of a lot better. Hopefully they don't just debut the European Championship and then trade off, because that would suck. And then that kind of loses storylines. Who on the roster would want to, like, is Swagger, the real American, going to come back and win the European Championship? Why would he want it?
Right.
Who's going to want to face Rusev for the European Championship? Maybe Cesaro makes a face turn again for the millionth time, comes back to face Rusev and beats him. That could be interesting for Cesaro, but they're not going to do that because he doesn't have it.
Cesaro leading the biggest burial category for the Golden Rope Awards, by the way, by a fucking landslide.
Yep.
I mean, he's there's like we have like 4 or 5 things in that category. Cesaro's got the biggest, and then the next one, ironically, is in second place is the United States Championship. So go figure. But I do think that if Rusev does destroy the title, in a way, then they could properly bring back the championship. It gives him a lot of heat. Maybe have him take a sledgehammer to him, just say down with the America, and just smash it and break it to pieces and fucking throw it ringside, and then then Lana unveils the European Championship and she cuts a promo. I think that could work out really well. It gives him a ton of heat. I think it would work out well if they did something that way. And Ryan Brill weighing in. I was hoping with that kind of finish for the Rusev match that they would at least debut someone to go against him, but no. And Austin Brad saying, I called that back at Survivor Series. I win. Austin, you do win. You did call it. So congratulations on calling it. Glad to see that it will possibly be making a comeback. So we get to the main event of TLC now. We are now into overtime here on React. But, that's all right because we're here for you, for the fans, by the fans. That is always our motto. We have plenty of mottos here, but that's our big one. Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. Definitely, a good match. I mean, I haven't really let it sink in yet. I don't know if I could say it's match of the night yet. Maybe it is. But it was definitely a good match. They took the fight out into the crowd, albeit for a brief moment. The crowd. The thing that irked me was they went out into the crowd for like a couple minutes, maybe a minute and a half, and the crowd already started chanting like, "This is awesome." Like,
yeah.
That's how fucking desensitized these crowds are. Like, something spectacular happens, and all of a sudden, this is awesome. Like, no, it's not. They're just out in the crowd fighting. It's not like Undertaker versus Triple H at WrestleMania 17, where they're fighting out in the crowd and they go on the scaffold and beat the shit out of each other, and Triple H gets choke slammed off of it. Like, that is awesome. Not, they're in the crowd for a minute and a half. So, that kind of irked me. That This Is Awesome chants are really, they didn't irk me as much, but they do now. For some reason, I don't know why. Something just changed in me. Don't blame me. Don't hate me. I don't know why. It just happens. And here's another thing that really irked me was when Dean put that kendo stick in the corner, and Michael Cole was on commentary, and he starts laughing like, "You're always finding innovative ways to do stuff." Oh, it irked me because if that was JR, he would have been like, "What's Dean Ambrose doing? That kendo stick's in the like he would have gone nuts. He would have really sold the hell out of it. Like he was about to kill Bray Wyatt with that kendo stick, and Cole was just laughing at it. It just took the whole element and the seriousness out of that match. I don't care if the IWC hates me for saying that. It really did. And then takes that stick to the head, and it's nice. And then I believe Dean went through the table, and then Bray started using part of that table as a weapon, which was pretty cool. And there was that brutal clothesline at one point where Dean just went boom, like his neck just broke, just came off, just from the bone, it just flew out. Dean just got dropped, and then there were those few elbow drop spots, which were pretty nice. I thought it was funny at one point. We went up back to the ramp, and there was that big ass tall ladder there, the 35 foot ladder, and I like how Dean is out. He's like, "I can't carry that one." I see. That's the thing I love about Dean Ambrose is his mannerisms and his psychology and the way he does things. It just adds so much to his character and to the match. Just those little things really help the match. Same thing with Bray Wyatt. He really adds those little things, into the match that make it better. And then of course they have that big table spot and they both go down. And then there was a TV spot which upset Mitchell. Dean pulls the TV and it explodes in his face, which could have blinded him potentially, but it didn't. And Ambrose picks up the win. And a lot of people may be questioning this finish to the match, but really it's a way to give Bray a win, which he desperately needed, especially going into WrestleMania season. But it also continues to make Dean Ambrose look strong and sympathetic as a babyface in that loss. So that's really why they did that. For those of you questioning why that finish happened, that's the reason why they did that. Because if Bray just got a normal pin, it would have killed some of Dean's momentum. So instead, they give Bray the win, and Dean continues to look strong. So Matt, I know you're a big fan of both these guys. You have been for a long time. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you, and I'll let you give the rope breaker your thoughts about this match.
Absolutely. First things first, just want to make it perfectly clear right now. I'm doing this through my phone. I got 1% left on my phone. It's charging, but it's fucking eating the shit out of my battery. This show. So if I
Well, as long as you don't unplug it, you should be good.
no, I've been charging it since I started, and it just keeps going down and down and down. So hopefully I can last and talk about this final match before I die. But if I go out, then it's because my phone died. And I just want to say one thing to, I believe Austin Brands is Bubba, Austin Brands on our Facebook page. I just want to say he called out my internet on multiple occasions, saying it's hard to watch what I do because my internet sucks. Did my internet go out once? Huh? No, it didn't. So eat it, Bubba.
There were a few times. It didn't go out, but it got a little choppy. But
You know what? It's better than nothing.
Your connection's been pretty solid all night.
Deal with it. Okay.
Batista?
Yeah.
He's back.
He's back. Blue Tista. I thought this match. I really enjoyed this match. I like both Ambrose and Wyatt. You guys know I'm a mark for both of those guys. I really enjoy both of their work. A lot of their work outside of the business as well. I don't know. I thought overall, the spots were pretty good. I agree with you. The holy shit and this is awesome chants were a little bit too much. Like when I understand people got a little excited when he jumped off the ladder, but he was only on like the fourth rung. It wasn't like Shawn Michaels it wasn't like he was in the ring. Yeah, it was a cool move, but this is awesome. Holy shit. I'm like, that really wasn't a holy shit moment. Then he brought up the big ladder, which Jerry Lawler was like, oh, it's the biggest ladder in the building, when obviously...
No, it's not. There's another one over there.
There's another one that's even bigger that's right behind it, you idiot. I was like, holy shit, do these commentators... Oh, they just need to... Just fire the commentating team. I'd rather listen to a wrestling show without any commentators at this point.
No, just fire them, put Renee Young on Raw commentary.
There you go.
Maybe throw Alex Riley on there because he plays a good heel commentator on NXT. And there you go. You got a new Raw commentary team.
Boom. It'll be so much better than what we get now. Definitely a good match, though. I really did enjoy it. That big spot at the end through the announce table was awesome. I didn't mind the TV finish. I know a lot of people hated the finish. I'll probably get shit for this, but I definitely didn't mind the finish. I understand that the explosion was a little bit unrealistic.
Right.
I've never once unplugged a TV.
And Matt has now disappeared from the show. He was in the middle of talking about that TV spot. Austin Brands, it looks like you got your wish, not your wish, but you were right in saying, and he's gone. He is gone, but hopefully he'll reconnect here soon. He was talking about that finish to the Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt match with the TV. Definitely an interesting finish, as I pointed out already. And Ospreay saying, bring the NXT announcers to Raw and put the Raw commentary on NXT because they need training. Yes, they definitely do. They need to do something. The Raw commentary just doesn't. It doesn't work as well as it used to anymore. The guys don't really sell the match that well anymore. King barely talks, and when he does talk, he just sounds stupid, and you just kind of want him to shut up. I don't know why they keep him on the commentary team. Maybe it's in his contract or something that he has to be on the commentary team. But really, he's become useless at this point. Michael Cole just doesn't call a good show. Really, I mean, I know he's a pretty smart guy. I know Corey Graves worked with him a lot over the past year to prepare for his new role in the company, which is, if you haven't seen it, he did announce at NXT TakeOver R Evolution that he would be retiring from in-ring competition due to concussions. He's basically received one too many in his career, and the last two that he's received really took him out. So he is now a part of the announce team down in NXT, working alongside Alex Riley and I can't remember the other guy's name, unfortunately, but yeah, I definitely see where they definitely need some training. Definitely need something to happen here. Uh, I don't know if Matt's gonna make it back to the show. Hopefully he makes it back to the show. We're just getting to the good part. We were just getting to the good part of the show where we do the final thoughts and the letter grade. That's the part you guys love the most. But while we're waiting for Matt to return, I will talk to you guys about the Golden Ropes Award. It is our annual reward show. This is the second year. The first year wasn't very successful. We were just starting out. We thought it'd be, you know, cool to do something like the Slammies to kind of get the hype up about rope break, show people that we were different. Um, but the Golden Ropes are a fan voted award show. Supposedly the Slammies are fan voted. I don't really believe it. Call me a conspiracy theorist, call me what you will, but I don't really believe it. But the Slammies, yeah. The Golden Ropes are fan voted. You guys can go to ropebreakwrestling.com to vote on these awards, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. All right, here we go. We are in screen share. Oh, wow. I don't know what this is, but I take this off screen share for a minute. I don't know what's going on there. Let me try to get this fixed for you guys. See what happens here. All right, I don't know what the deal is. It's not really just keeps making multiple screens at once. I don't know why. But Austin weighed in saying Jerry is kind of one of those people who brings in older fans back in the day. So when they change the channel and see Jerry, they'd be all like, "Oh, hey, look, Jerry is still there." Yeah, I guess you do make a good point. You do make a very good point that he is kind of the nostalgia factor for Monday Night Raw. But back to the Golden Ropes, you guys. There is the link down in the description. Click on the link. It'll bring you to the page to vote for the Golden Ropes. And there's a bunch of categories there. I'll name off some of the categories for you guys. We have Superstar of the Year, and in that category, we have Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose, Daniel Bryan. We have Match of the Year with matches like Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton versus Batista at WrestleMania 30, Evolution versus The Shield at Extreme Rules, Charlotte versus Natalya, NXT TakeOver, Team Cena versus Team Authority, and Rollins versus Ambrose the night after SummerSlam. There's Diva of the Year with AJ Lee, Paige, Stephanie McMahon, Nikki Bella, Charlotte. Holy Shit Moment of the Year, which includes Rock, Hogan, Austin, Cher, Steve Wise at WrestleMania 30, and Sting's return. We have Swerve of the Year, which includes Rollins turns on the Shield, Nikki Bella turns on Brie, Cesaro turns on the Real Americans, CM Punk quits, and Big Show turns on Team Cena. We have Pop of the Year, which is awarded to the city that gives the biggest pop to Superstar. We have Promo of the Year, and the biggest award of all, which I think is Rope Break Wrestling Podcast of the Year, which includes React After Raw, Rope Break Radio, Before the Belt, and the Sharpshoot with Aussie. And there's only one show you do need to vote for, and that's this show, React After Raw. It's the best show that we have on Rope Break Wrestling. I will say that. If you guys haven't seen it, there's a little friendly competition going on between Matt and Aussie over the podcast, over the votes. It's been all over our Facebook. It's crazy. It's going crazy here at Rope Break. People trying to get votes here. They're willing to do anything to get these votes. So go there, vote, and tune in December 21st, 7 p.m. on our YouTube page for the Golden Ropes, which is sponsored by ProWrestlingTees.com. There's a lot of good stuff there on that site. Lots of good wrestling shirts. CM Punk has a store there. Razor Ramon has official merchandise there. Macho Man Randy Savage has merchandise, and Matt has returned to the show. And I can hear myself talking on his screen because he doesn't have his headphones in.
Hold on. Here. Let me fix this. Dude, I don't know what the fuck my headphones are. I'll turn the volume down.
All right.
You should be good.
That's a black screen. God damn it.
Dude.
All right, there you go. Now we got pictures for you. All right. So, Matt, I was just telling the Rope Breakers, about the Golden Ropes Awards, how they can vote, all the categories, some of the nominees, and I told them that the biggest award is the podcast of the year. And there is the controversy right now between you and Austin over the votes, the attitude towards his rope breakers, about the award show, and it's getting kind of out of control, man. It's getting crazy. I don't really know what's going on. So if you'd like, I'll let you shoot a little bit here on Aussie right now.
Honestly, I brought this up I did a special edition. I don't know if you've watched it or listened to it yet, rather. I did a special edition before the bell. It's 20 minutes long, so if you haven't listened to it yet, go listen to it. It gives you pretty much my full opinion on Austin and his show. And I'll give you a brief summary, pretty much of what I said. And to be honest with you, I don't have anything wrong. I don't have any issues with Aussie. I can't speak for him on me. I don't know. It seems like he doesn't have any issues with me. I mean, I know he does poke fun at me on the sharpshooter. I got a thick skin. I throw it back at him. We have our playful jabs. We're both kind of competitive. He can be competitive. I can be competitive. Of course we want to win Best Podcast of the Year. I don't care if I lose. If Alec wins, that's awesome. If Aussie just, ends up pulling it, which seems like that's where it's going, that's awesome. But, my whole point for posting what I posted on Facebook and my whole point about, me shooting that special edition before the bell was to really let everybody know that it really just frustrated me with the fact that he doesn't want rope breakers to be giving away an award. I personally think it would be awesome, if we had a rope breaker giving away an award. Maybe the fans could vote on who they think should win, or something to that effect, and then that person, whoever wins, can give away an award at the award show. But at the end of the day, this is Aussie's show, and I just kind of mentioned that we did the Golden Ropes once before when we first started, and I know Alec remembers that show. As Aussie likes to say, we locked that away in the vault because it didn't. I think it bothered Aussie because it didn't necessarily reflect his abilities as a graphic designer, his abilities to do something like this. And I think he wants to prove to the world that he has this kind of ability. So he's trying to make this new Golden Ropes #2, a success. He wants it to be perfect. And, I think he feels that having a rope breaker giving away an award, would kind of delegitimize the show. So, I mean, I guess I get where he's coming from. I just don't understand it because I think that it would be great to give back to the rope breakers. I think it would be awesome to have the rope breakers, giving away an award because, like I said on Facebook, they really have. Without them, this brand would be absolutely nothing. Me, you, and Aussie, we started this brand based on for the fans, by the fans. What says that better than allowing a fan to give away an award? And I get this is his show, and this is something he wants to do. He came up with the Golden Ropes. I said this on Before the Bell. He came up with the show, so this is kind of, and Alec can attest to this. This is his baby, and he's used that term before. He really, really wants the show to be absolutely perfect, and I guess I just didn't like the way he went about saying it. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, that was funny." He did it in sort of a comedic way, but I know that. I know him very well, and I think Alec can agree with me on this. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I think we both know that he really, truly doesn't want a rope breaker to give away an award. No matter the way he said it. I know he said it jokingly to kind of cushion the blow, but he was serious about, not having rope breakers give away awards, calling them random ass jabronis. I found that, kind of insulting because we started this brand and this website for them. And saying that, and then calling out one of our biggest supporters, which I know he can get a little bit, to be a little. And now as my internet freezes, and
your internet finally.
Awesome Brands is laughing his ass off right now, like, oh, your internet sucks. He told
you getting disconnected.
but him insulting one of our biggest supporters, Jose Paulino, who really has been a huge supporter, really, really, really promotes our brand nonstop, has been a great rope breaker. And honestly, if we did have a vote on biggest rope breaker, he would definitely be in that contention because he is one of the biggest rope breakers.
He's freezing now, guys.
Anyway, Jesus Christ. To call him out on his show the way he did after calling people random ass jabronis and saying, I'm looking at you, Jose, pretty much saying, I'm calling you a random ass jabron. I just found it disrespectful to the rope breakers. It kind of frustrated me a little bit. Like I said, I got nothing against him personally. He's one of my closest friends. He's like a brother to me. I truly mean that. I just think it would be good, and he's got full creative control, so there's really nothing I can do about it. I'm just using it. I'm kind of venting, honestly. And like I said, he also put both of his podcasts. I thought that was kind of ridiculous. He put both of his podcasts in the poll. Like, come on. I know he wants to win, and he's very competitive, but now he's doubling his chances. So really, it's not even just me. For you too, Alec. It gives both of us a less of a chance to win because now Rope Break Radio, which is technically his show, even though we've both been on the show and we both kind of ran it, all three of us ran it together. He started it, so technically he'll take the win on that. And he's trying. I think he's trying to like trick the rope breakers. Like, oh, we love Rope Break Radio, so let's click on this because they're not realizing. Oh, we're technically voting for Aussie when we do that. And same thing with the sharpshoot. So he kind of screwed us both out of it. And like I said on Facebook, I don't care if you vote for me because honestly, yeah, I want to win, but do I care if I win? Not really. If I lose, I lose. But I just don't want to see Aussie win this. I want to send a message to him like, all right, you can't insult the rope breakers and expect to win, even though that's what's probably going to happen. Vote for React. This is a hell of a show, and I love being on it. I mean that. Like, this is a great show. So vote for React. Have Alec win. I'd rather have that. I don't know. I just felt disrespected. I felt like we all started this. And Alec. We all three of us. We started this for the fans, by the fans, and what he said on Sharpshoot does not reflect that. So it kind of bothered me. So I kind of, just wanted to make sure that I brought this into the light. But whatever happens, happens. I hope Aussie issues some sort of apology on the Sharpshoot, or at least talks about it. But like I said, if he doesn't, it's up to him. I'm not gonna think any less of him if he doesn't. I'll still be kind of frustrated with him, but I don't know. Hopefully he's the bigger person and can apologize specifically. And I apologize to Jose Paulino too because I think that is disrespectful to him. He's doing his thing. Yeah, he can be a little bit overwhelming at times, constantly messaging us, but he's just enthusiastic. That's the point. We want people to love this brand, and he shows that he loves it. And to call him out like that, I just didn't think that's cool. So Jose, if you're watching, my man, I apologize on behalf of Rope Break for that. That wasn't cool.
All right, as you can see, there's some issues here with that category for the Golden Ropes Awards, but maybe we'll see that resolved soon. But now it is time for everybody's favorite part of a React show, which is the final thoughts and letter grades. Before we get to that, Austin wants to know, Matt, did you read his comment on your special edition Before the Bell on our YouTube page? I don't know if you've seen it yet. I can't pull it up right now because we're doing the show, but you can always go look at it afterwards.
I don't think I did, but I definitely will go check it out afterwards, my man, and I will comment on it absolutely. That's another thing. I always, if anybody sends me a message, whether it's in the comment section of Before the Bell, I want you guys to listen to my show because I want to make it better for you guys. So when you listen to my show every week and then you tell me what's wrong with it, I don't get pissed off and start flipping tables. I'm like, all right, I take it as constructive criticism. I don't go start hitting my grandmother with a chair.
Whoa.
Like I said, I take it. It's constructive criticism. I welcome all opinions. So if I'm doing something that you're not enjoying, or I could be doing something better, I want you to let me know. I want to make this podcast, one of the best on YouTube. I want you guys to be thoroughly entertained. That's one of the points of me doing this. So seriously, watch it and let me know. That's why I did 20 minutes this week. It's a special edition, only 20 minutes. If you think it should be shorter, I usually do 45 minutes, but most of the time it goes an hour and 15 minutes. So if you think it should be shorter, let me know. But definitely try to check it out. Austin, I will go right after this. I'll go right on, and I will read what you wrote, and then obviously reply right to you.
There you go, Austin. You got your answer. And Ryan Brill weighing in. What I don't understand is how you guys can get a bunch of likes on your Facebook post, especially during pay-per-views, but but on average, only 5 people watch your live videos. It disappoints me because you guys go out of your way to do this for us. You are fucking right. You are right. God, I've said that before. I've said it before to these guys. I don't get it. You guys are with us the whole night. I understand you're tired, but what are you gonna go do afterwards? You gonna go fucking lay down and watch some shitty drama show on Netflix or something? Like, come talk with us, react with us, you know, talk back and forth, banter, argue with us, challenges. I don't care. But don't just, drop out after we're done live tweeting during the pay-per-view because the show goes on. Show's always going on here at Rope Break. That's what we do. But Ryan, thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, I appreciate that, buddy.
We man, we are finally going to get to the final thoughts and letter grades because we are into overtime here. But like I've said earlier in the show, for the fans, by the fans, this is what we do. We do this for you guys. So Matt, as always, you have the floor, man. Your final thoughts and your letter grade for tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs.
All right. Well, just because stairs were added, I'm giving it a complete F. No.
That wouldn't be the first time he's given an F here, ladies and gentlemen.
That would not be the first time I've given an F. Absolutely not. From start to finish, I honestly felt like there were, I want to say, 3 matches in this entire show that were actually somewhat decent. Otherwise, they were just kind of lackluster. And when you think of a gimmick match like a TLC, you think extreme.
Right.
Obviously, the first match, they really did put their bodies on the line, so you can't really take that away from Ziggler and Luke Harper. They really did. They were both bleeding. But I just felt like it was kind of a wasted injury because I felt like they were so. I think the reason they got injured is because they were hesitating making these big spots. All in all, decent match. The Cena match wasn't so bad. I thought there was a lot of pretty decent storytelling. Nothing to write home about. Nothing amazing like I'm gonna be marking out for the next week. But it was definitely solid. It wasn't terrible. And then the main event I thought was really well done. And like I was going to say really quickly before my phone decided to die on me, the explosion from the TV was definitely unrealistic. I didn't hate it. Kind of wished that Bray Wyatt kind of hit the Sister Abigail onto the TV at some point, like through like the screen of the TV. I thought that would have been kind of cool. But I understand why they did it. I just don't think that this is the right time to have a feud like this because neither one of them are they're not established very well yet. I
think Dean Ambrose is more established over Bray Wyatt.
Right, but they're not really established as main guys. They're really trying to push these guys into the event. And when you have 2 guys you're pretty much trying to push equally, it doesn't make sense to have them feud. At least not right now. This is something that should have waited, I think, a little while longer before, until they're established enough to where a loss isn't going to hurt them. Right now, a loss hurts both of them. And then they have to throw this in there where, it was kind of a cheap win for Bray because of the explosion, so they have to add that in there. But overall, I thought the match itself was great. I think you mentioned the little storytelling things that both of them do in their matches are great. The facial expressions they make. So all in all, I got to give TLC. Man, I'm going to give it a C+. I thought, 3 out of, what were there, like 6 matches? Maybe I'm missing 1 or something like that, but maybe 7. But
I would tell you, but I just deleted my notes.
3. What?
I would tell you, but I just deleted my notes.
Oh my God. That's all right. It doesn't really matter. The point I'm trying to make is 3 matches out of the amount that they had there really isn't. I'm changing my letter grade to just a C. I'm not giving it a plus because now more that I think about it, 3 matches out of an entire pay-per-view only being good isn't very good, especially coming off of the pay-per-view. And I don't like comparing pay-per-views or comparing things like this, but coming off of Takeover like they did,
right, that's a funny one.
An amazing pay-per-view. You have to put on the best match you can. You have to put on the best show you can. And I don't think that they did that. And with all the rumors that they're going to be delivering, they're not happy, with the NXT locker room because they're outperforming them. We got to do better. They really didn't deliver in that sense. There was rumors that there was a black curtain so nobody else could see. What was the black curtain for? What were they hiding? There was nothing special that they were hiding. I don't understand it. I don't know. I just thought, all in all, it was kind of lackluster as far as what I was expecting or hoping. So I'm going to give it a C.
Right, definitely agree with you there. Especially about the NXT stuff. The rumors that kind of came out today was that the main roster talent was frustrated at the NXT talent because the NXT talent doesn't make NXT money. The main roster talent does, and they believe that the NXT talent isn't as talented as the main roster talent, but look better because they get better match opportunities and creative opportunities. No. Those guys down in NXT are very talented. Some of them are more talented than the guys sitting on top right now. And they deserve to be on top on the main roster. But they are in NXT making it a great product. The thing is, NXT is small. And there's only a select few guys back there that write creatively to make that show a good show. Now, on the other hand, you have Monday Night Raw, which has a staff of writers. I'm talking like 25, 30 people. And when you have 25, 30 people in a room trying to write a live show, there's too many hands in the pot. And the ideas conflict, and they just don't work. And then you have, on top of it, you have Vince, who comes in and decides, I don't like this, I don't like that. And he changes the script last minute, either right before the show goes on, or as the show is happening, he's changing the script. The product's been like this for the past few years, so that's why NXT's success has skyrocketed, especially after the success of these special events. And then, of course, the rumors that came out also today was that the tensions backstage were very high among the main roster talents because they didn't want to be outshined by NXT Takeover Our Evolution and their talent. And we can see now that the result is that they didn't, because the rumor was they're going to go out there and the town was very quiet. They were really all focused on putting on a good match and a good show to beat them out, and they just didn't. It didn't happen, and it's sad when you have to compare, a main roster pay-per-view to a network special event with your developmental territory, and it's better than that. And it just goes to show you that something needs to change on the main roster, and I do think it's Vince. I think it's time for Vince to go. Whether people agree or not, that's on them. But I do agree with you. I think the best matches of the night were Ziggler and Harper, Cena and Rollins, and then Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. Those were pretty much the good matches of the night. Everything else just kind of fell on the card because it needed to. They're trying to continue different storylines here. But other than that, it just was not a good pay-per-view. And now NXT is going to be talked about for the next week, for the next month. This special event on the network is going to be talked about amongst the IWC and the people in the coming weeks. We're still going to talk about it. We're still going to, Royal Rumble is going to come around. We're going to compare it to NXT TakeOver Our Evolution. We're going to compare it to that. I know you're raising the eyebrow. People are still going to talk about it, and it's fair. All right, you're raising the eyebrow. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you shoot because you have the eyebrow up.
All right, I don't have anything to talk about. I just felt bad because the eyebrow hadn't been able to be raised.
The eyebrow. Yeah.
I just wanted to air it out. I just wanted to throw the eyebrow up, just kind of loosen it up.
Yeah, to exercise and make sure it still works.
I had to make sure it still works exactly. If I don't do it at least once a show, it starts to get stiff, and then I can't do it. So I had to make sure the eyebrow works. Back to you.
Quickly before we sign off here, Matt, I know after NXT TakeOver Our Evolution, you mentioned that for you, it was better than WrestleMania 30, and that is really saying something when you have the biggest pay-per-view in your company, and then you have this little small special event. And for a guy like you, a traditionalist, someone who really cares about the product, who's really invested in it, to come out and say that it was better than WrestleMania 30 is pretty big. Pretty big stuff, man.
Yeah, I said that because for me, See, this is the thing. I think as far as the wrestling goes and a lot
Right.
of the in-ring mechanics, I thought it was miles ahead of WrestleMania 30. And I know I'm gonna get probably a lot of shit for that too. Um, there were a lot of awesome pop-worthy moments, at WrestleMania 30. Obviously, Rock, Austin, and Hogan, alone made that show awesome. So you really can't compete with that, especially with NXT. But really looking at the grade of things, considering what NXT is in comparison of a WrestleMania, they're not even in the same league. Yet for some reason, for me, I felt I was more entertained all the way through with NXT Takeover. And a lot of that it's my opinion, has everything to do with me being more of a traditionalist and loving pure wrestling matches. Obviously, a lot of it in NXT Takeover, there were a lot of there were a lot of there was a lot of storytelling. There was a lot of, it wasn't all like mat wrestling, but I like that kind of stuff. I thoroughly enjoy it, and I think they had more of that and better of it at Takeover than they did at WrestleMania 30. I think there were things about WrestleMania 30 that were a little bit better than Takeover,
Right,
but more looking to do those kinds of things at Takeover. That wasn't the plan, so you can't. So I wasn't expecting those things to happen. But I think on the scale of things, considering the Takeover the developmental territory and the show they put on, I thought it was, maybe it wasn't better than WrestleMania 30, but I think it was pretty much at the same level for me. I did enjoy it, I think, a little bit more. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me because Daniel Bryan went over and then fucking got injured again, probably because the doctors didn't check him out or whatever the hell the deal is. Matt Donato was starting rumors right here on React. I don't know. And then he gets injured off the title, and what happens to him. And then, for me, a show can't be made by just pop-worthy moments like Rock, Austin, and Hogan. Yeah, that's awesome, and I love that it happened. I popped for it. We all marked out about it. I was really excited. I still think it was awesome. But I don't like to count those things as what makes a show. I don't think it's fair to do that. Bringing back those three guys can't be the thing that makes the show. I try to take those and separate them from the show itself and just look at the wrestling, because that is, at the end of the day, it is a wrestling program. So when you sandwich it all together, you take out all those pop-worthy moments of, Rock, Austin, Hogan, and all those moments like that, having Roddy Piper backstage, take all of those segments out and just have the wrestling back-to-back. I think if you compare that wrestling to what we got at NXT TakeOver, Our Evolution, I don't think it compares. I think NXT Our Evolution was way better in that aspect. And I think if you had those pop-worthy moments at TakeOver Our Evolution, I think it would have been miles ahead of WrestleMania 30. Daniel Bryan became WWE World Heavyweight Champion, but I honestly think at the end of the day, it was just as big as Sami Zayn becoming champion. I think if the roles were reversed and Sami Zayn was just as well known, because, when you go to an NXT show, a lot of the people watching the show are, fans like us. They're diehards. They're not, the soccer mom that goes to scream about Randy Orton or Roman Reigns, and they're not the cranky parents bringing their kids to see John Cena. They're diehards like we are. So they get into it a lot more, and I think that in itself, plus the intimate setting that it is, it's a smaller building, so you get the crowd reactions. You can really connect with the fans in the crowd better. I think just the whole atmosphere was better than WrestleMania 30. And I think that, at the end of the day, without those big moments, our evolution was much, in my opinion anyway, better. I enjoyed it more, I should say. I'm not speaking for anybody else other than me.
Right, yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from. Maybe the rope breakers can challenge you on that. That's fair. It's fair game. That's what we like. We like you guys to comment back. Let us know always what you think, whether it's here on Facebook, leave a comment on our articles, on our website. It doesn't matter. We always like interacting with you guys. Some rope breakers weighing here. Austin Brand saying, maybe it is time to clean sweep some of the creative people in WWE, maybe knock it down to 10 top creative people. Definitely up for Raw. Definitely could help. And Ryan Brilla asking, so are they not doing the 40-man Royal Rumble? They're advertising it for 30. Yeah, they decided to change it to 30 for this year. They just decided to do it. Austin Brand saying, I'm still talking about referring to NXT Takeover Our Evolution, and then saying handing out Z packs, and Matt's reference to the doctors of WWE. But we're gonna close out the show here now, guys. You guys have been here for a long time. I appreciate you guys sticking with us, enjoying the show, having fun, interacting with us. Just to go back to the final thoughts on our grades, I will give. Yee, bless you. I will give TLC. I'll give it a C. I'm not going to be harsh. I'm not going to be cruel. I'm just going to give it a C. Leave it at that and move on. It's time to get into the plugging phase before we close our show out here. We always got to do it. We have to do it. You know what it is here.
Of course.
You guys can catch us anywhere. Facebook, facebook.com/RopeBreakWrestling, Twitter.com/RopeBreakWrestling, on our website at RopeBreakWrestling.com, here on our YouTube at YouTube.com/RopeBreakWrestling, including the shows like React After Raw, hosted by yours truly, which is live every single Monday night, immediately following Monday Night Raw. That's when the show starts. We're on there for an hour, talking to you guys about Raw, reacting to what's happening, listening to you guys, reacting to your comments, answering your questions. That's what we do. Then, of course, that's followed up by, on Thursdays, live, I believe at 5 now. It used to be 7. It's 5 now. The Sharpshoot with Aussie. It is a kick-ass show, one of the best shows on YouTube. I definitely love watching it. I've been on it a few times. Aussie always provides a great experience. So always check that out. Thursdays live at 5 p.m. right here on our YouTube channel. And then, of course, that is followed up by Before the Bell with the man sitting on the panel right now, Matt Donato. It's a great show. It's 45 minutes, give or take. Sometimes it hits an hour, but usually try to stick to 45 minutes. It's a great show. Not enough people give it attention. So when you're done here, go listen to it if you feel like it, or go listen to it in the morning. He's working on getting it to you guys in a different format, so it's not on YouTube, so you guys can just download it and listen to it and go about your day. Smart idea. Like to see that happen. Get that show out there. It's starting to gain some constant followers here on our YouTube page, so it'd be nice to see you guys bump that number up to around the range where React and the Sharpshoot are. That's what we got, guys. That's what we have to offer here for you at Rope Break Wrestling. We're trying to do next. Our big next project here after the Golden Ropes is to get 2,000 followers on Twitter. If we can get 2,000 followers on Twitter, we will open a store at ProWrestlingTees.com, and you guys will be able to buy Rope Break Wrestling merchandise, React shirts, Sharpshoot, For the Bell shirts, I Quit, whatever we come up with, we can sell it to you guys. That's what we do. This is Rope Break. It's growing. It's getting bigger. People tell us all the time, you're my favorite website to come to for the rumors. I love your Facebook page. You guys provide a great experience for the fans. That's what we like to hear, because that's the kind of experience we want to provide for you guys. We always love hearing your feedback. And, of course, we can't have a show here on Rope Break Wrestling without the PSA from Matt Donato himself, because the biggest weapon you have is word of mouth to your friends, to your family. So, Matt, before we close out the show here, since you didn't get to do it on Monday on React After Raw, it's time for the Friends PSA, man.
Whew. This is the whole reason for me being on React, just so that I can say this. I say this every single week on React when I'm on Sharpshoot, which is an awesome show. Don't get me wrong. Go watch it. Seriously, Alec is not wrong by saying it is an amazing show. And if it wins, there is a reason behind that, because it is an awesome show. I still think you should vote for either React or Before the Bell, but that's none of my business. But I will say, if you're a fan of RopeBreakWrestling.com and you're not letting your friends in on it, you're not telling them about it, you're not bringing them on over to the Rope Break lifestyle, then not only are you being a terrible rope breaker, but you're being a neglectful friend. Bring them on over to the Rope Break lifestyle, because if you're not living the Rope Break lifestyle, then I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not really living. So do them a favor, do yourself a favor, do us a favor, bring them over, tell them, just like Alex said, Facebook.com/RopeBreakWrestling, Twitter.com/RopeBreakWrestling, right here on YouTube, RopeBreakWrestling.com. Come on, bookmark that sumbitch, so that nobody has to dig through the trash to find rumors. You don't have to go to the other sites and have to deal with
Stephanie McMahon breaks a fingernail working out, because nobody gives a shit about that crap. Nobody cares. We dig through the dirt and we find the best rumors possible to bring to you guys. So bookmark it, that way you never have to deal with the garbage again. Bring your friends over so that they don't have to deal with the garbage again, and everybody will be living the life. And I know what you're thinking. Come on, you own the site, you're trying to promote it, you're trying to build it up. Of course you would do that. But I truly believe in this brand, and I say this every single time I do this PSA, because it's the truth. I truly believe in this brand, for the fans, by the fans. I said it earlier, and this is something we want to give you something that you can enjoy, and we appreciate all of your support. So I'm not doing this because I'm being biased. It's just a fact of life, and you can go anywhere else you want to go, but I guarantee you and I can promise you that there's no better place to be than in the ring with Rope Break.
Absolutely. There's no better place to be in the ring with Rope Break. Get out of the bleachers, get in the ring with Rope Break. That's one of our mottos here. But guys, it's almost time to end the show. All the links that we discussed are in the description. Our Facebook, our Twitter, our website, they're all in the description. The link to vote for the Golden Ropes Award is in the description, so click that bitch. Go to the website, vote on all the awards. If you guys are a little confused, once you vote, it'll take you to the screen where the poll numbers are, then just hit back to vote on the next category. That's how you do it. And you just go all the way down the page. And then be sure to tune in to the Golden Ropes December 21st at 7 p.m. right here on our YouTube channel to see the winners, to see plenty of great guests. We got Jason Solomon, Matthew Gregg, the Botchamania guy. We have Joe Cronin from the Joe Cronin Show. And Matt, I believe you have hooked us up with Steve Ozzy, the RKO out of nowhere guy, to present an award on the show.
I did.
So we have Justin LaBar, big wrestling journalist. We have a lot of big guests on this show. This is a huge show. It's sponsored by Pro Wrestling Tees. This is going to be better than the Slammy, so you guys definitely need to tune in. And, of course, don't forget to tune in to React After Raw Monday night. That's right after Raw this week. I will be back for React After Raw immediately following a Raw at 11 p.m. It's going to be live. We're going to be there. It's going to be awesome. Join the show. It's going to be great. And, of course, vote for React to win the Rope Break Podcast of the Year. Vote for Before the Bell. Don't vote for the Sharpshoot because it already has 20 votes. So vote for our shows to catch up. Anyway, guys, I would like to thank you for sticking with us here throughout this show. We've been here. We are definitely waiting over time, but it has been fun. It has been great talking about TLC. Can't wait to do it again for the Royal Rumble. For everyone here at Rope Break Wrestling, that's Matt. I'm your host, Alec. This has been React Tables, Ladders, Chairs, and Stairs. We will see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.